Okay. All right. Hi guys. Today we have with us Vani. So Vani, we want to talk about today beer. So let it call it a beer talk only. So
Okay.
we want to talk about your journey in general. Where is you started from, where you're from, and how you got into MBA, and then how you got into AB and Bev. Because that I
Okay.
personally believe it's a dream company for every boy. In fact, everyone
Yeah.
who drinks, it come with a dream company. So I want to make it as informal as possible. The main agenda is to motivate your junior generation to
Sure.
go towards MBA, not towards alcohol. So we are strictly against alcohol. We don't drink at all. We don't recommend any alcohol. This thing. So yes, ma'am. So let's start with you. Where you're from and what is the background?
Yeah. So I'm from Delhi and I graduated from Delhi University in the year 2016 with a degree in commerce. And post that, I started working with EY as an audit associate. And after working there, I joined SDA Bocconi and I'm pursuing my international masters in business at SDA Bocconi Asia Center in Mumbai. So yeah, that's my journey at SDA Bocconi, and now I'm pursuing my degree, and I just landed my job at AB and Bev.
And how was your journey from Delhi to Mumbai? From how Bocconi come into place? So what was the main idea behind that?
Yeah. So I'm from Delhi, and Mumbai isn't something I had experienced before. And then I suddenly got to know about SDA Bocconi Asia Center, that it's the Pan-Asian only hub in Asia of SDA Bocconi School of Management Milan. And I think the biggest highlight of the college is, of course, the international experience that we get through SDA Bocconi, because it's one of the best in Europe and in the world, in fact. So that for me was an attraction, and we get to work with people who actually study at SDA Bocconi School of Management, and it's a great experience because we have professors that are top in their league and who teach us and are doing so well. So I think that's how I found out about SDA Bocconi and joined as well.
Superb. Okay, now we'll talk about your placement. So how the placement happened? What is they looking for only the toppers, or they're looking for everyone? What was the eligibility criteria for
Yeah.
AB and Bev?
I think the best part about AB and Bev was that they did not come up with a specific criteria that, okay, this is what as a company I'm looking for. We usually see any company that comes up and says, okay, I'm looking for an engineer, or I'm looking for a commerce grad, or I'm looking for someone who has worked, has certain experience. AB and Bev was actually the first company that said that I do not have any eligibility criteria whatsoever, neither in terms of marks nor in terms of, okay, I want an engineer. So that was the best part about them, and they were looking for someone who is very open to just work for them and is a culture fit for them. And so yeah, I think that's how I landed it.
Superb. So, okay, we have got the first question with us. So, we have the
Okay.
question: do you get free alcohol when you work there?
Well, I haven't started working with them, but that's what I've heard. Of course, there's going to be a lot of fun. It's the cool it company, so you know you may say that. But yeah, they have, I'm sure, great challenging work. But along with that, we do have perks as well, because it's the largest alcohol beverage company in the world. So there are going to be perks like that as well for sure.
Okay, I have been connected to a few of my students who have been working there. So, one of them
Okay.
used to work in the UB group. So, what I feel the best part, you get the free passes for all the major events in the
Yes.
country.
Yes, that's
So,
going to be there.
for last few years, I don't remember when I have to pay for the event, right from the Filmfare
Yes.
Awards to after parties. I got the invite for everything.
Yes.
So that's why I always keep connect with them. So I'm going to save your number as well. So in case you get any okay. The moment you think about this company, this means daru piyenge, party karenge, enjoy karenge. But more than that, it's the work as well. You are more importantly, yeah, there are brands, but there are alcohol involved. But what do you think? What is going to be your role in the company?
Yes, so I'm sure there is a lot of perception that it's going to be only chill scenes. Yes, there are perks with working with such an FMCG brand and an alcohol beverage company, but from what I've heard, the work is actually great and the work culture is amazing. It's a very informal, open culture where we can reach out to anybody, from the director to anybody who is head in any of the departments, and I think that's the best part. And I've also heard that the work is going to be challenging enough for us to take a lot of initiative, ownership from day one. So yeah, chill scenes are there, but we are going to be working as principal analysts at AB and Bev. That is our role, and we are going to be put under different sectors in the company, be it operations or finance or commercial or people business services. So any of these sectors is something that we're going to be working in as principal analysts.
So mainly a consulting role to start with.
Yes, that's correct. So we are mostly like an analyst sort of a role. We are going to be put in different sectors, and then as consultants, we are going to be working on different projects, creating business models and stuff like that.
Superb, superb, superb. Great. And what do you think, what you did extra in the college, or what the student who are in the college right now, they should do extra so that they could land up in a dream companies? And I believe AB and Bev is one of the dream companies to work for, especially for the boys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so obviously the company, the college duty is to get the company on campus. What
Right.
extra you did in the last 2 years in the
Yeah.
college?
So I think for me, what I saw was that it's extremely important to not just gain theoretical knowledge in MBA. That's not just what MBA is about. What we need to do is that we need to be really up to date with what is happening in the industry. So that's what I did particularly. Especially, I think after COVID, it's extremely important that we are all upskilling ourselves a lot, and that is what this company was really looking for. They were looking for people who are ready to learn new and open and are open to a lot of ideas. They are not very restricted to a certain profile, and that's how I've been also. I've been open to a lot of industries all the time. I've never been very single oriented that this is where I want to be. So I think that's what connected with me in for particularly this company. So I'd say it's extremely important to be up to date with all the industries and what's really happening in and around us. That's what's most important. So be up to date with current affairs, along with what you're doing in the MBA, the theoretical knowledge, but extremely important to take up projects, research projects in different industries and get to learn through that. So practical experience is what really helps, I feel.
Superb. All right. So, do they conducted any written test or directly interviews, and what was the process,
Sure.
application process?
So it was a four-round process for us. Initially, there was, of course, CV shortlisting for us, which was the first round. Then, second, after that was an aptitude test, an online aptitude test that we went through. Post that, there was a group interview, which was held, of course, virtually from our home. And once we were done with the group interview, the last and final process was personal interview for us. So it was a four-step process.
Okay, superb, superb. So you have to show all-round performance, of course, to get into that thing.
Sure.
So, got one more question here. I've been getting questions from the students. We have the question: do they ask you if you drink in the interview?
They may or they may not, and actually, that is not a criteria at all, that you drink or you do not drink. I know people who are working there who do not drink. That's not something that they're really looking for. If you drink, great. I mean, you are going to get perks for that. But if you do not, then also it's a very very informal culture, and they are promoting also beers and stuff which is not alcoholic. They have something called as Bud Zero,
Right,
which is
right,
non-alcoholic. So you do not need to be alcoholic actually for that.
right, right, right. Which all beers they own? I think Budweiser is owned by
That's
them.
correct.
Corona is owned by them.
Yes, so they have
Corona.
Budweiser, Corona, Stella Artois. These are the top three brands that they have.
All the three major brands are owned by
Yes.
them only. Superb, superb, superb. And so this is a good news for all the people who don't drink and who are veg कि नहीं नहीं नॉन वेज का वहां पे जाके करना पड़ेगा वो करना पड़ेगा नहीं नहीं आपको दारू टेस्ट करने की जरूरत नहीं है वहां जाके you can be safe. I
Yes.
did my summer internship in Pepsi and we used to get free Pepsi all day 24 hours and I got a kidney stone because of that because 2 months I was only drinking Pepsi. Imagine Delhi में I was there in Gurgaon in summer in March April. Sorry,
Okay.
not March, May June. May June the peak time of summers. And वहाँ पे आपको ठंडी पेप्सी दिख रही है तो obviously we'll end up drinking Pepsi. So
Yeah.
those who go to the company, so they should don't overdrink. We can't stop them from drinking, but you can't don't overdrink, of course, because see,
Yeah.
end of the day, you're working. You work in a bank. It doesn't mean you're going to get money to take home. You have to manage the money. Same way, you have to manage the operation of the
Yes.
company. Let it be finance, let it be operation. But of course, in these kind of companies, you get a chance to be informal, more informal. That's I think the main
Yeah.
advantage of going there. All right,
Yes.
superb. So anything you would like to add? When is your joining now? Any expected date which have come for the
So
joining?
our course is going to end in the month of March, and anytime between April to June is our joining period. Yeah.
Superb, superb. Let's hope for the best.
Yes.
And so thank you very much for coming
Thank you.
and
Thank
talking
you
for
for
us.
having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye bye.